What did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was finishing school, I mean, I was involved in theatre production at school, and then when I went to university, I got even more involved in it, and that's when I think I made a decision that what I wanted to do was work backstage, not a performer. I never wanted to be a performer. I ran the sound department of the National Theatre for 15 years. And at this point, Olivier was running the National, and we were at the Old Vic.
What was it like for you? How did they treat you? Were you just another, or did they?
Well, the wonderful thing about the theatre is there isn't any discrimination. And in terms of age, gender, sex.
Yeah.
It's the really brilliant thing about it. As long as you do your job properly and get on with it and don't mess about, that's what matters. So what do you think's the biggest difference between your life and your mum's life?
It's got to be kids. By my age, my mum had 5 kids.
Wow.
She was a solo mum at that point. It was all about looking after us, and we came first. And
did she work?
Yeah, and she had a full-time job as well, which is insane when I think about it.
Blimey.
And for me, I just have to worry about myself now without kids. But that's the biggest difference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're on your own, or?
No, I'm married.
You're married?
Yeah, I have a wife, so that makes
she's a wife.
Yeah. Do you have kids?
No.
Did you see yourself being a mum?
No. Never saw that. No. No, there wasn't time.
Yeah.
No. And in any case, I mean, I wasn't into relationships with guys. So I ended up with a female partner.
Who knew? Same. How do you think attitudes towards women have changed in your life, for good or for bad?
Well, things are changing, but they're not changing fast enough, and they certainly aren't changing enough at all. I think if you look at who runs the world, it's still run by men, and they make the rules.
Yeah. And
that's got to change. It cannot go on like that. They need far more input from women and from their ideas and from their perspective. What's been the biggest challenge so far in your life?
I think it would be moving country and starting afresh, because I used to live in New Zealand and then coming to London.
Yeah.
But weirdly, it's only looking back that I think what a huge challenge that was. It just felt like something you did at the time. So moving country, for me, without having family over here and support, and having to have a support network.
Yeah.
What about for you?
Well, that's for me too, because as I say, I came from Canada. But that wasn't a big challenge. The biggest challenge was losing my partner 5 years ago. And that was really rough, really rough. On top of which, I also had to stop working in the theatre because I wasn't able physically anymore because of arthritis problems in my legs. Not being able to work in the theatre anymore and losing half my life.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what that's like to lose your life partner and how. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it happens to a lot of people, obviously, but it's coping with it that's, excuse me, so difficult. So, yeah, really tough.
So how have you coped? What strategies have you found?
Well, I've initially, I had some counselling, thank God. Thank God counselling was there for me. I was able to, I was able to access that without it costing money, which is again is a huge problem I think for people.
What are the challenges you face as you get older?
I'm careful about what comes into the house and what I eat. So I have a very good diet. I think it's very important that you do that.
Have you always had a good diet, or is that something as you've got older?
Oh yeah, always.
I'm definitely more aware of my diet now, and not in a, oh, I've got to look slim. Like, I've never cared about that. It's more, my body is something that I should probably look after.
Yeah.
And you can't take for granted. So things like exercise and eating
Yes,
better,
absolutely,
I've definitely become more aware of.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see older women walking down the street who are leaned over, and it looks like for them it's a struggle physically. And I think to myself, is there anything, I wonder if they thought they could have done to help them not be struggling physically later. I want to give myself the best chance of being physically active still when I'm older.
Yeah. Yes, it's very important. Exercise is very important. Diet is very important. And keeping the brain going is very important.
Yeah.
Keeping your interests going. So it's vital.
Sylvia, I was wondering, if you did have advice that you could give, what would it be?
Well, I mean, you're already somebody who enjoys your work and is good at it, I'm sure. You just have to keep growing into that and extending that and enjoying it as much as you possibly can. And if you fail better the next time.